Um, and then you got Marvel Tokon. Tokon. I'm going Tokon. I got.
So how long is it going to take for? You know what? I'm so stupid. I could type this in, Marvel Tokon. Give me an image.
Mm-hmm.
No one has photoshopped the characters smoking fat blunts yet. I am so disappointed.
Give it a second. It's coming. Okay. So this, do you care for a short little?
Absolutely. Let's go. I've been waiting to talk about this for days.
Okay. Well, I have stopped watching a lot of these award shows, as for the most part, the negative vibes of what goes up and feels bad when you're mostly watching it. Going,
most shows.
I don't give
a
a fuck about any
show
of these
to
things.
Woolie.
Yeah. Right. So that's kind of the deal. So we were also playing Expedition 33 at the time, and I was like, yeah, let me play this amazing game. And Reggie was locked in. We were having a great time with it. So what happens is you get that announcement that like, oh, shit's popping off during the award show. Something else is happening. And this has happened before too. I forgot what the other time, this occurred was with a different trailer, but for the most part, that's.
I remember us talking about this, but I don't remember what it was.
But so that's it. So we're just kind of doing that, and then whenever that kind of pops up and I see something's going on, we're like, okay, cool. And the thought is, I'll check this out afterwards or so. I'm not going to switch the show over right now and drop everything I'm doing, because I cared about being focused on the thing. And I know that, I guess, being a proper Twitch React streamer means like jumping into the award show the whole time and stuff, but I enjoy staying focused on the thing we're on as we go about it. That's just my general.
Just stream 10 times more often.
That is a solution. But all that to say that getting to the end of the stream, we had already heard about what was the game was, and that it was happening, and I had gotten proper messages, everyone let me know and everything.
Yeah.
So going into it, we pop it up and take a look, and instead of the holy shit, I'm watching this at the same time as everyone else and saw it and didn't see it coming out of nowhere, we got the, oh yes, it's what we've been told the whole day.
It's a wildly different context.
It is. And so we end up being like, oh shit, cool, look at that, right? And that ends up being what we watch, and that goes up. And then folks that are going through, like, Max is screaming, and Sajam is screaming, Tasty Steve's, and then they go over to see what the Marvel screaming hype man has to say.
Even I had a nice hog.
And then instead,
mouth open for Ghost.
And instead you get that, right? And so then confusion occurs, and you go, why isn't Marvel hype man super excited about crazy fighting game thing that looks amazing and showing that same level of energy? You're supposed to be the guy that's doing the thing. And instead you seem to be disappointed and hate it, and then you're looking for something to go, what could possibly explain it? And then you go, at the end he talks about Capcom versus Capcom, therefore he must hate all this because he actually just cares only about Capcom. And then a bunch of people...
are you a hater?
And so a bunch of people then do the thing, and I to that, it's a bummer, because I guess this is the sickest looking, hypest fighting game fucking thing that has probably ever happened. Arksys is continuing to make the peak of what is incredible visually, that like no one else can really catch up with. With Dragon Ball they did it, this is on that level as well. But when you're getting we already know about it, and we're going, oh yeah, okay, after the full streaming day reaction to things, it just doesn't look or sound or feel the same as somebody going through it with everybody live during the show, right? So all this to say that, like, we kind of go and see everybody that is posting about it, like, giving us a ton of shit over the way we reacted and not popping off enough, etc. And, that's a bummer. We both get pretty collectively bummed about the vibe shift there, because it's like, this is an amazing looking thing, but the energy has become associated with it, to the point where this entire time now, as we've been going through the discussion, people are basically waiting to shit on me about like, oh, you fucking capcuck, etc. But the game is incredible looking. The context of that is what it was, you know.
Can I jump in on here for a second? Man. Because this became like large enough that like I ended up talking about this scenario during the Lies of P stream I did like 2 days ago. So first of all, I want to say I don't know what planet this comes from, because like, Woolie, you are not a born hater. You're not a born hater. You're one of those like reasonable people, or at least you try to be reasonable. I'm a fucking born hater. I was fucking hating on things coming out the womb, and seeing people shit on you for hating, and I'm like, ooh, I'm excited. And then I go watched it, and I'm like, this is fucking. I wanted hate. I wanted like tantrum. I wanted like baby shit. But then the other thing was that I was like, I don't know why anyone's ever gonna like bother trying to bust your balls in the interim prior to the podcast, because like that's my literal job is to bust your balls over shit like this.
But like what you got
and
was
now you didn't even throw a tantrum. Like, what am I supposed to bust your fucking balls over?
You got us at 9 p.m. after we already knew what was coming, watching a thing and going, oh shit, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. You know, and that's kind of it. That's kind of it. But I think I think it's especially without that, when you're kind of looking for, and you're assuming that everybody's watching the show live and you're looking for that excitement, and you don't see it here on the Screaming Marvel guy, then you go, well, something must be wrong, right? That seems to be the conclusion, I think, for the most part.
And 3, I gotta say, it really showcases like an absolutely insane difference in our personalities, because I had a very similar thread about me, because I rolled my eyes and didn't give a shit about Code Vein and a bunch of other anime games that had been shown off at one of these things. And there was a big old thread that was like, man, Pat's chat are so negative. Oh, they keep calling everything flop and they don't give a fuck. I was like, it was highly similar. And instead of being like, oh, bummer, the next show that I loaded up, I went on this like completely insane tirade about how everyone on the subreddit's pussy bleeds too much and how they need to just nut up and play their goon games and shut the fuck up. And then after I finished the stream, the Xbox one, there was a fucking thread calling Crybaby Pussy thread as per Pat's request.
As per the court.
Because I wasn't excited for fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
Right. And you know, and like, it's the kind of thing where, so this has happened before, where I've ignored an award show or a trailer show, watched the thing after the stream, and then it went up and it was not as excited a reaction for a thing that people wanted, and people went, why is he so bummed out and low energy, and got mad at me for it. And I forgot what it was.
Where's my hype slot?
But it was a thing, right? And and I just like the conclusion, because like what Reggie and I were just talking about it, we're just like, this fucking sucks, because this thing is super cool, and that association is lame. But there's a takeaway that is like, you know, it would be so much easier if I just fucking faked it. If I just completely,
wait a second.
If I just went off and went,
were you
it's going down! It's going down! That's fucking crazy, bro!
Wait a second,
It's not. Like, if we just faked it, it would be so much easier.
A 2007 era YouTube star who plays jump scare games they find off of Steam, and then Pog in Tears and Fear in the thumbnail?
That is free money in the bank.
Because that was free money. That, you know what the funniest thing about Shitstorm was? Is Shitstorm was this really incredible breakdown of why that entire cottage industry was complete nonsense. Because Matt and I played like over 8 or 9 years, we played like 150 fucking spooky games of various levels of quality and spookiness. And so here's the thing, I'm a massive fucking pussy when it comes to scary games. Like, I'm easily startled. I'm a fucking bitch. And you could watch from Shitstorm 1 to whatever as the same exact type of scares would just hit less and less and less and less and less. And by the time we get to the fucking last Shitstorm that we did, there's like, oh yeah, he's in the bathroom. Oh, bathroom. Like there's only so much you can fucking bring out of your fucking heart.
And like, ironically, like, all bit fucking aside, if I was watching live and it wasn't 9 p.m., I probably would have absolutely popped. We absolutely would have had all that. But I just feel that for my own sanity, that is the jackpot on a roll of losses across every one of these shows. That is like, you never know when that magic moment's going to happen, and it would be cool if we knew, but because you got to go through hours of fucking whatever, and
we've both taken the opposite solutions. My solution is gotta watch every single one every single time.
Yeah, I guess that is a solution.
And do you know what makes me think about that is the Nier Automata reveal at the Square Enix thing
with Liam,
when Liam lost his goddamn mind.
I remember that.
The only one that we didn't cover for that entire period.
I remember that moment too. And like, yeah, that was a moment of like, yo, that was a huge thing, and that could have that was a lost moment, 100%, right? I guess it's just like the net positive of like capturing those moments for the games we care about the most. Like Devil May Cry 5 is incredible. That was such a cool thing to capture, right? I that's not lost on me. But like, what doesn't necessarily translate, I suppose, on and off stream.
Oh, is the 95% of the shit that you don't give a goddamn fuck about, and then somebody puts, why do they even like video games?
And
it seems like they hate them.
The death that I feel after hours of all of that, just negativity it sucks. It makes me feel bad. I don't enjoy it.
You do your watch swap.
It makes me fucking enjoy this job less. And I'm like, I don't want to subject myself to that. I want to care about the things I do. So that's my defense against the dark arts.
All right. So we've decided I'm going to keep watching all of them, and you will start faking it.
That'll do. That'll do.
The decision.
Just start faking. Yeah. Start faking it. Fake it till you make it is super important. Look, this thing. So here's the other funny part too, is that there was a leak list from some time ago with a bunch of shit on it that sounded impossible, but on that list was the return of Ingrid. So
it was there.
So I guess it wasn't that insane after all, right? And all this to say that like, this fucking looks like the best looking fighting game shit
it is
ever. It looks unbelievably hype. It's super sick.
It looks like a fantasy of what a fighting game would be for us.
And they knew what to show and how to show it, and they knew to do a little like, there's a launcher, there's an air combo, there's a mix-up.
Supreme confidence.
Right? There's and everyone's screaming in Japanese as well, and the art is like everything, the themes, it's like doing it.
So yeah, let's break this down.
Arc System
Marvel
Works.
Tokon is a Arc System Works 4v4 tag game that is overtly Japanese and has your Marvel characters designed. It looks like it's the Hiroaka guy.
Yes, that's the I see those connections, yeah.
But they are explicitly designed, acted, etc., as if they were like Sentai or Kamen Riders.
Right.
And it is just like
so there's been like
oh my god, I talked about Marvel Rivals for weeks because I was like, man, that Chinese anime shit on Marvel characters is the fucking best.
It works really well, and I think they can see that. Back in the day, the Marvel Mangaverse was a thing where a lot of this kind of, what if we reimagine them in a much more Japanese aesthetic, from years ago, and they're like leaning as heavy as possible into that, which strikes me as it's that same instinct that says like, hey, Arksys, that, as they said in the description, you guys do what you do really well. Don't try to do our thing. Do your thing. Do your thing the best you can do it, And they completely like, yeah, better than Mangaverse did for sure. They're like leaning into the things that they put into their Guilty Gear, you know, work, and the things they put into Dragon Ball, and being like, you know, faithful with the, clearly there's a roster that needs to show off like the face of Marvel, but like also with enough originality to the design that you're like, oh yo, fuck, it's fucking Doom. Doom looks sick, he sounds sick, he's doing crazy shit.
But also like, hey, here's Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. So hey, you know what? Let's just throw it out there right now. Stretchy character, the hardest possible design in 3D, right
Make
there,
it look
base
good.
roster.
Yep. The craziest part about that leak list I was mentioning is that like it's mentioned Arksys Marvel game and Marvel 4 still existing, which is crazy. I'm like, why? Right? You know,
it feels like someone got confused.
This clearly is the future of Marvel hyper fighting. There does not need to be any sort of Marvel 4 whatever.
Also 4v4, like I'm looking at this, I'm like, all right. We like, I thought 3v3 was like the theoretical upper maximum for a human being's fucking like attention span, and they're like, no, one more, and then they show clips of all 8 fucking characters on screen doing assists simultaneously.
Psychotic.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But here's the part that like so what I mentioned, I'm like, you and a couple other people who have not like clicked as hard on the like tag versus games.
Yeah, but I know how to play an Arc System Works game.
Yes. But like I've heard from many people that like too much going on screen with too many assist characters is hard to follow, and I get confused and it's too fast, so I don't get into those games as much. It's much easier to follow 2 characters moving slower. And so I go leaning all the way in to say fuck you, the whole gang is on screen at once is so like, yeah, I guess you keep up or die. You know, like,
and then they're like, listen, Pat.
Yeah, true.
Guy who has trouble maintaining multiple sets of characters at the same time. What if you just played one character with 3 assists, like you were playing that version of Skullgirls that Pat would play with Big Band?
Oh, or it's called King of Fighters 2001. Yes. Believe it or not. Yes. You could pick one character and 3 assists and just ignore them.
Guess what? That's what I'm going to fucking play for like a while on this fucking game.
Simplifies the amount that a player has to learn, and it allows them to just keep it simple and just go like, okay, I'm going to stick with the one character. However,
and I saw Ruffelmonger talking about it, and it's like, oh, how would that system work? Oh, really easily. It's a 1 life bar game.
Yep. And the soul,
when you tag in, you literally see the Tokon soul going from the old character to the new character.
The fighting soul moves from one to another. Exactly. So you just keep the soul in one character the whole time, and they all have life bar.
Does that mean if I hit a bread and butter, like the generic ass bread and butter 1, 2, 3 into a super on 4 characters, that's the end? That's just the end of the fucking match right there?
I don't know how many touches it's going to take to kill you. I don't know. You can keep getting demolished, you know? But the only thing is, while that solves your problem with like keeping it simple with one character, not getting overwhelmed with the amount on in your cans,
but my opponent,
you still have to block this mix-up, son. This Doom left right is coming for your ass, and you better get motivated, white boy, because I don't care if you're tagging or not. You're gonna get fucking mixed, then schmixed.
Of character 1 dusting into character 2 aerial into a ground bounce with characters 3 and 4 on both sides of the ground bounce.
Like, make no mistake, like Skullgirls, you can just play a single character, but your opponent will be doing crazy shit and filling the screen up, and you better know how to block, you know? So that's the deal, is like, all right, trade-offs. No, I won't. I refuse. I will. No. At the moment someone tags out, I'm quitting. Yeah. I know. I think it's a very interesting solution there, and I also imagine that like, you know, the way that you have that slowdown and the soul transfers over is like, okay, this is the most visible you've seen a character switch happen, you know? Like sometimes
that's the important one. Hit that one now.
Yeah, you know, like old Marvel games, they jump in and you see the little arrow and you're going, right? In 2XKO, you get the little handshake, you know? But this, it's like, no. There's 8 people standing on screen doing crazy shit from Iron Man into Star-Lord. Go, right? So yeah, that's incredible. They also are like doing it. The other thing too is it's an Arksys game, but you see those launchers and stuff and you're like, they're doing Arksys, not Guilty Gear full on. There's the transitions as they go from stage to stage and area to area, but you're seeing some of those Dragon Ball style air combos as well, full on Marvel style combos, you know, like they're taking enough cues clearly from the Marvel versus Capcom bones of these characters and gonna go their own way with it. Showing off that like you're gonna see 8 characters every match. Jesus Christ. We talk about how a 1v1 fighter allows you to get used to characters at a slower pace. 3v3, you see 6 every time. Hunter x Hunter has that issue because you're going to start seeing those characters too often. 2XKO, same thing. And then, yes, the big bit is they're revealing in one match more characters than the entire 2XKO amount. That's a problem.
I would like to say, in an ideal world, I would like to say that I don't want to build something up by necessarily putting something else down. And the reason I would like to say that is that I fucking love doing that.
Yes.
Like that 2XKO, what the fuck are you doing? What the shit?
Now that being said,
this looks so stupid.
I will say that I feel the like there's whatever. There's warranted like clear fucking like this should be a bigger roster over the amount of time this game has been made for sure.
They're gonna show problem. 8 characters in one day. You know the roster's gonna be more than fucking 10.
I feel like there's. I don't think I'm seeing people that are like, you're dead on arrival. Fuck that. It's over. I disagree with that. I don't think so.
I would like to say that 2XK and 2XK over are really fucking funny.
I just whatever you can make work. I think the free is probably going to be a pretty good thing for that game.
Is enticing.
I think that's a pretty good thing for that game. And I also think that like they have the ability to get a move on, start getting these characters out there and filling out that roster, you know, because
you're completely right. However, the free is incredibly appealing. Mm-hmm. However, is it quite as appealing as Iron Man saying, do you want to learn how to do a fucking infinite in Japanese?
And this is where we get to it is cool to have things. As an enjoyer of things, it's cool that things exist, you know? I would say like 2XKO definitely and Marvel Tokon are in the like higher budget looking tag fighter realm, and then we get to the lower looking like Hunter, Nenpact, and we'll get to Invincible Versus as well, and completing this era.
We sure will.
This era of tag slop, you know. But one thing is clear is that in the absence of Marvel versus Capcom, a bunch of people all had the same idea, which is, yo, I could fucking fill that space.
Throne is empty.
Yeah, we can get inside that space, and they did, you know. And more than anything, don't leave Arksys an unattended throne for too long. They'll fucking go for it.
Okay, Odysseus, he's never coming home. Okay, I don't give a shit. I can fucking shoot this bullshit through those fucking axe handles. Watch me go. I got Iron Man to help me.
Yeah. So that's it. I think the momentum of just like the game looking, sounding, being, and just having everything incredible about it right out the gates from reveal to like there's no question mark about any aspect of it yet so far, right? Like if, you know, for some reason, like I don't know what it would be, right? Maybe there's something where it's like, oh, wait, those 8 characters are 8 of 12, and then it takes a really long time for more to come, or so who knows what the future holds. But this is how you fucking reveal a game and like immediately take the throne, so to speak. I think as well that, as I mentioned in when I was watching it, it's like, okay, cool. Capcom doesn't need to do anything with this anymore. You can go off and make your own game, Anyway, I feel like Capcom versus Capcom. I'm like, if bringing that up ever again at this point is probably just a fucking. It's now it's a fucking a negative. So it's like whatever. There's no point even revisiting at this point. But
also, I think Street Fighter is like almost become Capcom versus Capcom.
In terms of getting guest characters in.
SNK now.
In terms of getting characters in, right? But we still like a bunch of these. We still want to be able to be like, hey, put these Devil May Cry characters in a game. Hey, Gene from God Hand. It'd be fun to exist.
Can I say something wildly controversial as somebody who does not actually really like Marvel Comics?
Mm-hmm.
I would take Kamen Rider Captain America over like most of the Capcom roster.
Sick.
Like but that's because I love Kamen Rider.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with Captain America.
I mean, and the fact that they're also giving it the like anime over the top edge is a particularly fun flavor for us ginormous weeaboo assholes. There's no pretending that like seeing Kamala Khan in anime girl format with that like chibi face and eyes and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that looks way better than a weird Injustice realistic version of her would have looked. Also,
I would like to say that fucking Dr. Doom's super being he pulls out a pistol and fucking shoots you. It's like the fucking best, dude.
My name is Star-Lord. Remember it.
So fucking normal and low stakes.
Dude, I mean the memes at this point where we've already got the footage overlapped with cutting into the suit so that Iron Man can go, Jarvis, how many times has he blocked this mix-up? It's like 0 out of the last 4, sir. Okay, add a 4th vector to it. We're gonna go overhead, and we're still gonna go. We're gonna go 4-way mix-up, crouching low, crouching short. Okay, do it again. It's great. Like Jarvis is giving him frame data or whatever. It absolutely writes itself. We have the momentum, and what needs to happen, as we've seen in all these cases, is like, great, keep a roster going with a lot of fun picks that folks want to see behind it. Get some fun picks in there too, but the key to any tag fighter, any tag slop, is going to be the size of that roster, right?
We saw it with Dragon Ball. They came out swinging with a massive Dragon Ball roster, and granted, Dragon Ball characters fairly similar. Right? Dragon Ball characters kind of, a lot of them do the similar things.
Perhaps 1 or 2 Gokus.
However, since this has like Sony backing, this game is bleeding money out its pores. It looks so fucking unbelievable and immaculate, and it got the biggest push from the state of play. I foresee at least 20. To start.
Yeah, I hope, because Arksys has clearly got the chops. They just need the ability and the free strip of road to run as far as possible with it. If they're feeding out the characters to them the way Rivals is going, and they can look at Rivals.
Nothing. Come on.
No. Okay. Not that pace, because fighting games don't release characters at that pace. But to say there is a regular stream of characters showing up every couple months. There's a regular amount of cosmetics and costumes and fun stuff going on with the game. Everyone's seeing this, and it's fresh and it's brand new and it's got all that hype behind it. If they keep that feeling going as well, like, this is awesome. This absolutely also, can, take, as we said, take that throne and fucking hold it.
Before we even talk about the size of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
The roster they decided to show off for their trailer of 8 is crazy strong. It is a really fucking good first line on the character select.
You've got the faces of Marvel. You've got the X-Men are important too. And we've got the Marvel versus Capcom characters that people remember and love and think are cool.
Foot Dive.
But also because Foot Dive is coming to the movie theater soon. Right? Don't forget, there's a tie-in there too, right?
We have the single most popular character in the world that has ever been, Spider-Man.
And look, I don't know how many people went to go see the Marvels, but yeah, Kamala Khan can be the freak pick. That's fine.
Well, yeah, but also it's not the movie version. It's the one everyone wanted.
She's out there stretching and having fun. Absolutely. The hope is that, they do the thing that the artists did back in the day, flipping through the characters and going, all right, so when you have, the Infinite days where they're like, you have to push the movie things, fuck that. Before that, in the Marvel versus Capcom days where they're like, what the fuck, capes, Shuma Gorath, ooh,
oh, that's a weird one. Who's in this fucking trailer, by the way?
There's little background.
Shuma Gorath's part of the stage.
There's homages, yeah, right. There's a bunch of little cameo things that people are like catching, right? And so in that interview, when they said, yeah, we're gonna have the faces of the company, we're gonna have characters that are in there for like they've never been playable before, and then we're gonna have some just variety picks for fun, and I'm like, great, that's what you want to do. If a season has 5 characters in them, 2 of them being like flagships, 2 of them being, beloved B tier, and then C being why Howard the Duck, then I think you have a decent recipe as well. But I think to not feel the problems people have felt with roster stuff on these games, I'm gonna say they gotta start with like 20. With 4 characters,
20 is the bare minimum.
With 4 characters a piece per team each game, and how quickly we're gonna get used to seeing them, they gotta start with minimum 20. Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, do you hear? Hey, if you had a tag game, you should probably have fucking minimum 20 characters. Can you? No.
I hope so. And hopefully they don't hit too samey. But anyway,
actually, I'm actually going to change what I'm saying. I think the minimum I think it needs to be divisible by 8. I think it has to be
okay.
24.
Okay. You're yeah. However many are on screen multiplied by a particular number, right? Okay, I see you. But yeah.
So 2xKO, like the bare minimum I would have expected ever, would have been 12. Right? Yeah, you know what? I agree with people in chat. No Thor. Beta Ray Bill instead.
Just get the fucking horse out there.
Yeah, and have an alternate costume for him be Thor.
Alternate costume is actually what's her name? Jane.
Jane?
Beta Ray Bill, alt costume Jane. There we go.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Dude. That'd be fucking awesome.
Oh man, I hope they have fun with the roster for sure. But yeah, I certainly do hope that the whatever long-winded explanation for what's up add some context for anybody. But the clear, I think, like the fact that was the last trailer of the show means they knew what they were doing, and they knew that's the fucking closer, right?
Like I'm watching this trailer while we're talking, and it's like there's like a spark in my heart, which is like Spider-Man in this fucking thing. Like he is closer to the emissary of hell than has ever been.
And
it's like Spider-Man, the emissary of hell, is the first Kamen Rider.
Wow, he really did start. He really did start.
It's a big fucking circle.
Spider-Man started Kamen Rider. It's true. And he, instead of doing a spider sting, he does a big fucking backward, slow down Spidey senses dodge, which looks awesome. So you're like, all right, this is also going to be not the move list you're used to. We're going to have some different takes on it, Good shit. Yeah, Arksys, man. I mean, literally just absolutely crushing the game right now. And there are some FGC heads that are like doomers on Strive that are kind of like down on that game, that don't like the direction that's
like
gone.
Street Fighter doesn't cease to exist when Marvel versus Capcom comes out.
But yeah, the ability for this team to now like have this be one of their flagships is super duper great for the.
I just realized it's the new Ghost Rider, Robbie.
Yes.
Because he's driving a car.
Yeah, that came up in the little afterwards thing as well, I think. Yeah, man, they have that whole old platinum guns for hire thing. Arksys is fully guns for hire.
It has become, hey, do you want a premier licensed fighting game? Go to Arc System Works.
And do you want it to look the best of the genre we're putting it in? Then yeah, we got you.
Let's just say the game fucking plays like shit and it's a piece of fuck, right? Right up until the second that it comes out, it's gonna show real good because it's Arc System Works, right?
Yeah.
So the marketing dickheads are gonna be like, oh, who gives a shit if it's fuck, look at it, it's pretty.
Yeah. I mean, you know, this is one for the fucking Steam Spy number comparison crew to start following, going like, oh, this game's how many live players on this after this many weeks? Well,
a lot, because it says Marvel on the fucking thing.
That's the hope. That's the hope. It's not a free to play, but
you know what I bet, dude? I bet. Because this has been in the mix for a while. This trailer looks like these characters look super clean, and I bet they're working on this, and they're like, hope people still care about those Marvel characters, and then they look at what's going on with Marvel Rivals, and they just start fucking punching the air, going, fucking
absolutely,
so good,
absolutely.
Oh, we're in it.
But the important part is to recognize as well that like people that like basically fighting games would ask you for a big chunk of your time for an indeterminate period of time, and there are people that are down for that. People, and then there is a group of people that are like, I want to buy this or play this the same way I play other games, which is for a month of my attention, and then I'm planning to move on. And you got to do something to keep my attention. Otherwise, it's gravitating back to whatever else is going on, If they're aware of that and go into this game plan, keeping in mind that the drift is real, right? People, some will lock in and be like, I enjoy fucking playing this, and I'm down to just play this for a long time. But for the most part, keeping a wave of content that keeps people interested is the only way to keep a wider audience interested in a fighting game after that couple of months period.
So here's the thing. You know what I think this game is going to be? I think it's going to be a 2-button fighting game.
Evil Zone? How dare you? How dare you?
No, I think it's going to be light and heavy and tag dust.
A tag for each character?
Yeah.
Seems like a waste of a button or 3.
Well, it's either tag or assist. Because remember, everybody needs an assist button.
ABC, A1, A2, A3.
But yeah, I think it's going to be closer to DBZ in terms of control than it is going to be Strive.
I could see that. I hope that. I think 3 assist buttons is pretty nutty. I'm also thinking
I think fucking 4v4 is pretty nutty.
Yeah, it is. I'm also thinking about a controller. And I'm kind of wondering, like, does that work nicely on a controller? If you have, I guess you kind of force one of the assists onto the shoulders.
What they could do is like hold R1 and hit button on space to tag or assist. It'd be like assist button, assist or tag, and then like the 4th button would be like snapback.
Yeah, I think pressing like forward plus assist or back plus assist is probably going to be too specific for a lot of people. So yeah, I'm not too sure yet. We'll see. But looks fucking incredible. Also, one of the trends with some of these tag slops as we're going is the motion controls are kind of like being discarded, and I hope this keeps them. I hope this doesn't discard them. They haven't done a game like that yet.
Oh no, it has motions.
Beautiful.
They describe that it has motions, but I believe it also has modern mode.
Of course, yeah, you have to.
Some equivalent.
Yeah, that's mandatory at this point for sure. Okay, we still got some more to go through, but that's fucking Tokon. Too many games sounding like Tekken out there, man. There's Tekken, there's Tokon, there's Teppen, there's Pokken.
Well, I mean, get in the fucking face of whoever invented Japanese. Like get in their face and be like, your words sound too samey.
Well, I mean, for a fighting game, like you could go a little bit more different in the way it sounds. But Marvel Fighting Souls sounds pretty cool.